Joining me live for all the tech world discussion is Tech Guide editor Stephen Fenech. We'll get to the new PlayStation in just a moment, but let's start with this. We're now watching as much streaming as we do free-to-air TV.
Yeah, good morning, Timmy. Yeah, that's true. It was a report that was done by Deloitte, who came up with that pretty surprising stat where streaming on average is now equal to the amount of free-to-air TV we're watching, and that's on average. I'd say there'd be a lot of people who are streaming way more than they're watching on free-to-air TV nowadays, but it just really does a snapshot of our behaviour now with consuming digital media, and you got to remember that we can do that anywhere. Like 80% of people who are commuters, that they're consuming digital media as well. Just next time you're on a train or a bus, take a look around. People have got their head buried in their devices. So it really does show that we are leaning into the streaming services. On average, Australian families have 3.3 services per household. And that is even resistant to all the cost of living pressures. We're not getting rid of those services. We are hanging on to them, even pushing through and keeping them despite price rises. So we're really attached to them. But there was an interesting part of the report about Gen Z. A lot of that generation are actually dropping off the amount of digital media they're consuming into something like 25% in the past 12 months. And that is reflected also on the amount of social media they're consuming as well. A lot of them admitting that they already spend too much time on social media platforms and are consciously spending less time. So the proposed government ban for 16 and under is a lot of parents would support that. The report shows that 70% of parents would actually support that social media ban.
Arlo has released a new wired floodlight security camera to provide uninterrupted protection.
Yeah, this is, well, I'm sure you've heard of like motion-triggered floodlights. So imagine that scenario, but also with a smart camera at the heart of it. So this is Arlo's latest security device. It can connect to your home Wi-Fi. It's a wired floodlight too, so no need to worry about batteries and charging. So it's 24/7 uninterrupted protection right there. It's got 2,000 lumens sunlight floodlight. So that's gonna light up whatever part of your yard that you want to, and it's got two articulated lights. You can actually aim them in the right directions that you want to be illuminated, and the camera can also be adjusted as well. So yeah, this is just another way to keep an eye on your property. So I think if you got an old motion triggered floodlight, this could very well be the replacement. It's only $249 too, so it's affordable, but also working 24/7 to protect your home.
We mentioned it at the top. Sony has launched the PlayStation 5 Pro, which takes gaming to an all-new level, and a bit of Space Invaders there.
Yeah, well, it's a far cry from Space Invaders, mate. This new console, the PlayStation 5 Pro, is actually 67% faster than the regular PS5. So you can just imagine the improvement in the gaming experience there. It's got improved ray tracing, all the features that developers are including in their games to make it as realistic and as fast as possible. It's $1,195 though. It's not cheap. It's the top end. It's got 2 terabyte solid state drive on board. There's a single controller, and I think is going to be, as you said, absolute must on the wish list for a lot of gamers out there.
What's the Space Invaders link? You put that in the question. Why did you put that in the question?
I said it's a far cry from Space Invaders. Remember that back in the day we used to play Space Invaders, and we thought, when I was young, I thought that was how good's this?
It's still great. I still love it. And Gallagher, I was hoping to think that PlayStation had some Space Invaders link, but obviously it doesn't.
They do actually. Yeah, they do. I love Gallagher myself, mate. I've got a few high scores where I used to play that thing. But yeah, but PS5 Pro, mate, it's coming out in time for Christmas. It's available now. $1,195.95, and yeah, there'll be a few happy people who find it under the tree this year.
You reckon I don't know about it with 2 teenage boys? All right, Wayne Bennett, he's turned up at Souths. Is it going to help him?
Yeah, he's there. I was actually there myself yesterday. He's sort of moved back down and settling in, and it's looking good. Hopefully, everyone's fit for next season. I saw Latrell the other day too, looking trim, looking fit, and the boys are raring to go. Hopefully, a season that's way better than this year, mate.
Well, they don't need much.
Well,
all right,
it'll be hard, yeah.
Good on you, Steve. Chat later.
Thanks, mate.